if anybody's there. So I've got this new tripod. It's definitely not gonna work. It's got like this twisty arm, but it didn't want to twist the way I want it to. I don't want to be sideways. I forgot that when you live stream this way, sorry for the close-up, y'all. It, oh my gosh. You had to be facing like this. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, let's see. I am live, yep. Okay, so I'm live. All right, so I'm gonna be winter sowing. I'm trying to finish up my winter sowing and get the mess that is my kitchen cleaned up, because there is peat moss all over the floor. All right, I wanted to, let me see here, bring up, all right. Is it on here? Okay, let me turn myself down. All right, hello, Seraphine. Sasha, hi. Rowena, hello. Kim, hi. Amy D. All right, looking forward to it. Well, I've kind of prepped myself a little bit, if you see here. I've got my jugs ready, and I started to make some tags. And then, I hope I don't mix things up here. I'm gonna try to look, so I actually decided to just go live through YouTube instead of using the, what is it now, the Eevee Mux that me and Lauren usually use when we go live, because I'm gonna have my hands dirty and I can't like click and bring your comments up on the screen anyways, and then I would have to use my MacBook, which I can't, like, I have to prop it up a certain way, and so I just decided I'd go live with straight YouTube. Oh, hey Mike, hi. Hi Samantha. Lobna, hello. Jerry, hi. Ricarda, hello. Oh, welcome everyone. I'm glad some people showed up. My husband Ben just left and was just like, that's a weird time to do a live. I was like, I know, but I decided at one, because if I waited till the evening, I just wouldn't go live. I'd probably just go ahead and winter sow and be done with it. And if I did it early in the morning, I could not seem to wake up fully this morning. And I was just like, and I wanted to give people some time. So I decided that I would just do it at 1, and hopefully at least one person would show up and join me. That's all I need is one, but I see we've got some people. Cool. So I started this one the other day, and it's Italian oregano. I don't know if this is vulgare. Is it vulgari or vulgare? I got these last night at, was it Walmart? I think it was Walmart, or it could have been Lowe's. I went to both places looking for seeds because I see some of you all down south posting pictures of your Walmarts and Lowe's having stocked all the bulbs and all that. Mine doesn't have that stuff out yet. I was kind of bummed. They did have like one thing of seeds, which I did get a couple of herbs that I wanted. But when I went to sow this Italian oregano, I only had like, I don't know, there was like 4 seeds, and I was like, that's not gonna be enough. So I've got a couple of packs that I'm going to do in this one. And this is a lot of seeds. Maybe I only need to do 1. Yeah, for sure. They're kind of small, little tiny seeds. Let's see what it says. This is one thing I forget to do. I'm bad at this. I don't read the back of them, and then there's certain things that need light to germinate, or you just surface sow them, and sometimes I'll forget, and then I put stuff, and then they don't germinate. I'll cover them with peat moss, and then they don't germinate. So this one, doesn't say to surface sow, so I won't. Okay, so I'm just gonna sprinkle this about. They're very small seeds though, so I won't be putting hardly any soil on the top of them, or potting mix, I guess I should say. So what I've been doing, so this is empty, I'm pretty sure. Did I get them all out of there? And then I'll just save this one. If I can't get these to germinate, I'll save these seeds and just sow them later on, just in regular pots, and try to start myself. Oh, Lauren's here. Hey, Lauren. And Tania from Tania's Townhouse Garden. Oh, hi, Rachel. All right, so I wrote some stuff down to ask, so there wouldn't, so maybe, I don't know what, I can't remember which piece of paper I put it on now. Does anybody have any questions about winter sowing? I can try to answer them. Like I said, I'm no expert. I did just put up a winter sowing, like, beginner's guide. I've only done it, this is my 4th year, but it's fun. Like the first year I did it, I had really great success, and then I just wanted to do more the next year and do more the next year. And so far I have winter sowed 89 jugs already. So what my process is that I've put 10 of them on the table, and then I'll put the seeds in. Then I've got a bowl here. I've got a bowl. Then I top dress them, I guess you could say. Tape them, and then I take them outside, and then I put 10 more on the table and do it all over again. All right, so what do I want to do next? Has anyone, here's an interesting one, Mad Dog Skull Cap. What is that? I just got this one, and this one says it requires cold stratification, so this is excellent for winter sowing. Create a flat surface. I've never heard of this stuff, so I don't even know. It doesn't say what it's used for. Anybody know what Mad Dog Skull Cap is? Oh, Lauren says she's proud of me. Thank you. Hi, Popcorn Cornbread. Cool name. Trinique42 said, why did the skeleton cross the road? Oh, I'm not good at these jokes. I'm just, why? Oh. Shar says, thank you for introducing me to Tomato Eden. I'm excited to grow cool tomatoes. Oh, you're welcome. Cool, cool. And Oh, hi, Keena. Keena's here. Yay. Google says a mild relaxant for anxiety, etc. Oh, cool. Okay. I was gonna look these up beforehand. Well, it comes with a lot of seeds. I'm just gonna sow everything I put in my hand. Sometimes I'll put it back into the container, but I have another one, but I'm not gonna sow both, so I'm gonna put that there. And then I have my bag here that once I've sown stuff, I put it in. So this is my Ziploc baggie full of all my winter sown things so far. I'm getting through a lot of the things, so let's see here. Kim said, I think skullcap is a medicinal herb. I have seeds for it too, but haven't grown it yet. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get the next jug. All right, I actually have not winter sown any lettuces yet, so I figured I should at least winter sow just one. We got like really, really cold, like in the negative. I woke up one morning last week, I think it was Tuesday, it was -4 degrees. So anything that wasn't buried in snow, which I think my lettuces are, but I don't know if they've survived. We'd be dead. I like when it gets that cold. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it all. Okay. I like that it usually snows right before, at least where I live. Most of the time it snows before it gets really cold like that, which kind of protects things that you have planted, but I don't really have high hopes for a lot of my stuff that's out there right now because it's been cold for a long time. Oh, see, I almost forgot to put the tag in there. Don't do that, Jen. Don't do that. All right. Oh, cool. Thank you, Lauren, for doing that. I'm going to be covered in stuff. Okay. Who else likes straw flowers? So I have purple red straw flower. Look how pretty this is. Oh my gosh. And then I bought these last night. I'm actually going to do 2 jugs of it. Tom Thumb mixed color straw flowers. Can you even? Now these pictures do not do these beauties justice. Last year was the first year I've ever sown straw flowers, and I was blown away. They are winter hardy too. Like, they were the last gorgeous looking things in my garden when it was like cold. They survived a couple of frosts, which I just think they're incredible. But not only that, but they're like, they feel like paper. They're just so pretty. So I just want straw flowers everywhere. Straw flowers everywhere. So I'm planting 2 jugs of those. And then I don't know if I've already started seeds for other ones yet, but I'm doing the purple red, so. Tania's Townhouse Garden said, I'm in Southeast Michigan. We were -2. I'm starting my winter sowing in onions Tuesday. Yeah, I put some jugs out last week. I think it was Monday night. And it was cold. It's fine to put your jugs outside when it's that cold. Because like I said, some stuff needs that cold to germinate. Like, they'll tell you to put some seeds in the fridge for however long. Oh, I hope these all germinate, every single last one. And I hope they self-seed readily, because I was taking a bunch of the seed heads. There wasn't that many seeds in there. I was taking a bunch of the seed heads and just like, I want flowers in my walkways, or at least in the walkway of my garden at the bottom. So I was just taking them and sprinkling them in the wood chips. So I'm hopeful that maybe some of them might germinate. We'll see. But I did save seeds too, so I could actually go to my own seed stash and start even more, which I might do, because I do have some things that, like this Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, my plant, it's a perennial, it's supposed to be a perennial, and I think I pulled my plant up thinking it was a weed a couple years back, because it didn't come back last year, and I was bummed. So and my Prairie Sun 2 years ago was absolutely magical, and I want more. So I've already sown 1 jug. I think I'm going to do another jug of that too. All right, let's see. Will the seeds still sprout later if it warms up eventually? Yes. So like winter sowing, what that is, Michael, is you're creating a nice little greenhouse for things. So whenever, just think of like nature, when seeds fall to the ground, they're going to sprout whenever the temperatures and the conditions are right. So it's kind of what's going on in here, but they're somewhat protected. And you don't really have to do anything, but maybe water them once a week. So I like to start where I live. So you kind of got to figure out what you can sow, when you can sow it in your zone. So in my zone, I have found there's certain things that don't like to be winter sown. Basils, what was another one that just never seems to do well for me? There's a couple of flowers, nasturtiums don't do well for me. Cosmos don't do well for me. So those will be things that I'm not going to winter sow. Now I could possibly like winter sow them a little later, like in like middle of March or late March, and I might be able to get something a little better doing it that way. but I can just start, I'll just start them in a tray under lights in my basement probably, or I might do it both ways, but I'll usually start in January cold loving crops like the lettuces, the kales, the cauliflower, the cabbage, carrots. I'm going to do carrots today. And then perennials that are cold hardy. Most perennials are. But I'm not going to do, and then I can do some annuals that are like frost hardy, like they'll take a frost. I think strawflower is one of those. That's an annual that clearly can take a frost. So I'm going to sow that one now. But like annuals that are not frost hardy, I've found that I can get them to sprout. But then my weather is so funky in the spring, like early spring, like March and April, like we'll have an 80-degree day, which will cause them to sprout. And then like the beginning of April, we'll get snow and it'll drop down to like 26 degrees, which would kill anything in these jugs if I forget to protect them. Like I could put a blanket over them and keep the heat in the jugs and then thereby, but I forget. So I think I'll just wait. Did that answer your question? Oh, okay. I guess I should actually be winter sowing while I talk. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kristen. Do straw flowers do okay in full sun and relentless heat? No shade in my front yard. Yes. We're down, most of my straw flowers were down in the bottom of my yard, my garden bed here, and it was the bottom, so it got pelted with full sun probably all day up until I would say 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock. So that's when the sun reaches the trees of my neighbors, and then that bed gets shaded. So all morning long, I'm trying to think if I had anything. I did not really have anything besides tomatoes, but they were on the other side of it, so that wouldn't have made a difference. The tomatoes would have shaded the same time the trees were shading it. So I think straw flowers do really well in hot sun and severe drought because they were the prettiest things when everything else was looking really bad. And I know what drought's like this year. I learned. Oh, Tanya, I'm sorry. Your mama was being fancy. Okay, Tanya. Okay. All right. Did I? Yes, I did do that one. All right, next up, what am I going to do? Oh, I got some of this from a friend. I am curious to find out if my rhubarbs are gonna come back because the heat and the drought last year, I'm telling you, they did not look very good in the end. And so I'm curious to know if they got killed off. But I got this. I'm actually gonna save. I find that rhubarb does really well with winter sowing. I'm going to put 2 of them back in here just in case I want to start them in a pot later on. So I've got 5 of them here. And this is what rhubarb seeds look like. They're very interesting. They have like these, I can't even describe it, different sides. I'm getting too close. It's not going to focus. But they're easy to sow because they're so big. But I'm going to put them separate here. 1 in each corner and then 1 in the middle. And I could actually press these down and cover them and be ready to tape this one. But I have winter sown all the rhubarb that I've ever planted, and they've all done well. Okay, so this one's ready to tape. Let's set that over here. All right. So it's pretty and sunny out today. What's it like where you are? All right, let's do my straw flowers. I'm so excited for straw flowers. Has anybody else done any winter sowing? And what do you find works really well for you winter sowing wise? All right. Cross your fingers and hope I get 1,000,000 straw flowers that germinate out of this. It's a lot of seeds. Oh, I like to winter sow heavily. I might only need to do, yeah, I think I'll just do, that's a lot of seeds. That's a lot of seeds, but I want a lot of straw flowers. So I'm just gonna do the 1 packet. Yeah, that should be good. I'm just gonna do the whole 1 packet. Oh, Kina, really? She said, I feel rhubarb is impossible to kill. My husband has run the lawnmower. Yeah, that's the right word. Over mine several times. It just comes back. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Okay. Mine actually, because it got so hot so quickly in the season, went to seed last year. I think it was like early June, which it was only its 2nd year. So I don't know if that's a thing that they go to seed like that, or they were just kind of stressed and thought, oh my, I better. Maybe that was the predictor of how my summer was gonna go, is the rhubarb just saying, I'm gonna go to seed now. You ain't gonna get nothing to eat from me. But yeah. So I didn't get to, I got to harvest seeds, which is what I was gonna say. I got to harvest seeds, which I was really excited about. I meant to look up some stuff before I did this, but I didn't. Can anybody tell me, I don't remember, is tarragon something that I can winter sow or not? Because I believe it said, I got some last night. Yeah. I can't remember if this is a frost hardy or not. Michael, you want to look that up for me? Since you're always so helpful. All right. South Dakota Living said, I'm going to try to winter sow artichokes. They are treated as an annual here in Zone 4. Hopefully, I can trick it with the cold stratification that it's gone through a season. I think I did some artichokes already, but were they sunchokes? I don't remember. I did lots of stuff. I guess I could look at my list here of all the things I've winter sown. I was thinking about doing like a video where I show you the packets of everything that I have winter sown. But because I've sown like 100, I don't know if that would be a long and boring video, or I don't know. Lauren said, I've never in my life winter sowed anything. This is all new to me. Oh, I find it's just another way for me to get my hands in some soil, into some, you know, and to just, when you see those first little green sprouts inside your container, it's, you know, just exciting. Like when you're going down to look at your, you know, micro dwarfs to see if they've germinated. It's the same kind of feeling you get when you just take a peek inside your little hole. You're like, oh, there's something in there. Yes. I fell in love with it the first year I did it, so. All right. Oh, thank you, Michael. Tarragon is cold hardy, so I am going to sow some seeds for that. All right. Where's my marker go? Oh, put it way over here. I thought it was, but I couldn't remember. Tarragon. Okay. Rowena, thank you for that. Rowena said rhubarb does go to seed more quickly when stressed. You can pull the seed stalls off before the seeds form. Yes, someone told me that last year. I made a video where I was showing how they went to seed, and I was kind of bummed. I was like, what do I do? You know, I knew I wanted to save seeds, so I just let it go. And I was able to save a ton of seeds. Super excited about that. But yeah, that's, someone told me, just, you know, if they start to shoot up, just snap them off. Which, if they come back this year, I will do, because I saved enough seeds for a lifetime. Because boy, did they seed. And there is probably seeds. I'm just going to sow this whole pack. I'm going to sow it nice and thick. I'm curious to see if there's going to be rhubarb that pops up here, there, and everywhere, because I meant to get to the seed heads a little more quickly, and then I didn't. And I could tell that they'd been scattered. All right, let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3. I know I've got more I need to do. This one doesn't have a tag. Let's do this one. All right, so what's up next? Snapdragons, another one of my favorite flowers. I'm going to do, this is like one of my most favorite things to winter sow are snapdragons. They always do so great for me. So I always winter sow snapdragons. This one is snowflake snapdragons. A friend sent me these seeds, and by the time I go to plant this whole jug, they'll just be up to the top, sometimes even poking through. And oh, that was loud, I'm sorry. And usually what I'll do is the clump method. So I'll just grab and tear it into 5 different clumps, and then I plant the clumps. That's usually what I do with a lot of my winter sowing. So I'm gonna leave a few seeds in here just in case I want to. Yeah, so got a few. Whoop, I keep trying to put this stuff in the wrong spot. And then I'm gonna sow the snapdragons real thick too. I had told myself I was only gonna do 100 jugs this year. I failed at that. I had left 2 of these bags of jugs because I reuse this. Some of these are on their 4th year of being used. I store them in a black trash bag, and then there's a crawl space under my house. So when I'm all done with them, I just shove, I've filled that space with these jugs. But I'll shove them underneath there because it protects them from the heat and the sun and the cold. And but I had left 2 bags under there. I was like, I'm not gonna need all of these, and I went in and got them and filled them and got them ready because I was like, oh, it'll be okay. You'll have time to plant this stuff, because last year I was just running behind and trying to plant all these up, but hopefully hopefully that won't be the case this year. All right, next I'm gonna do is some carrots, ox heart carrots. I think I have a few other varieties started. Okay, lavender and strawberries is what Lauren, she says she does the cold stratification. Yeah, that's where you put it in the fridge for a while. So I actually winter sowed strawberries last year, and they did really well. I did the yellow, which I did more this year, the yellow ones, because after they germinated, I planted them up in my green stalk, and then my poor green stalk got neglected and all dried out. And so I'm wondering if any of my strawberries that I planted in my green stalks are gonna come back, because I just have not. I haven't done anything with it. I really need to. The other 2 that I don't have strawberries planted in, I plan on dumping and then that's not where I wanted to put that. I did it. I knew it. I keep trying to do it, and I knew I'd do it. Over here, Jen. What was I saying? Yeah, I need to fix up I think I've got 2 more empty ones that I'm gonna do. I need to get my green stalks all ready to go. Yeah, these are really dry. They weren't when I put the mix in here, but now they're powder dry. That's okay. There's snow outside, so I actually am just taking snow once they're out there and packing snow into. Sorry, it's really loud. So they'll get moistened. Ooh, I just got these 2. I meant to look these up too. Michael, do you mind looking? See if bunny tails. Bunny tail and rabbit's foot grass is something I can winter sow. So when winter sowing, Google is your friend. If you're unsure of if you can winter sow, Google it. Usually it'll tell you. If it's a perennial, it's usually okay to winter sow. If it says tender annual, don't do it. but I didn't have a chance to look these up. Ooh, and hare's ear. All right, let me check the comments. Kim says tarragon comes back for me in Quebec. Mike says, except French tarragon, apparently. Is that what I planted? Did I plant French tarragon? How do you know if it's French? All mine says is it's container variety. Doesn't say French. Well, we'll hope for the best. I have another pack of it. If it doesn't work out, I'll just sow it in pots later on. Da-da-da. Yes, Tanya, it's magical that they grow in jugs outside. Yes, the first year I did this, it was very magical for me. I was super just excited when I saw stuff pop up, and I didn't even do anything. I just put the seeds in there and set them out in the cold, cold weather, and then you just saw stuff popping up at different times. It's just fun. I find it a lot of fun. Very rewarding. And you don't have to like baby stuff as much as you do inside, and you don't have to, what's the word? Where you take them outside for an hour. I can't find my word. And then you have to bring them back in, take them outside so they don't get sunburnt. You know what I'm saying, right? We all have to do it with our tomatoes and our peppers, which is so annoying. Although I found a way last year that I started doing where I took a shade cloth and I would just cover everything with the shade cloth for the first day. And then every day after that, I would uncover them for an hour and then cover them up. And then the next day, uncover them for a couple hours, then cover them back up. So that I wasn't hauling stuff in and out, because there was a couple years where, too much. And then I would end up not bringing them back in, and then they'd get a little burnt. Tina said, I winter sowed rosemary last year and I'm still babying it. Only thing I took inside from the garden. Yeah, I don't know about my rosemary. There's a couple of things out there I meant to bring in because I put it in grow pots and then I never did. Oh, bunny tail is not frost hardy. Okay. Okay, we'll put that aside. That'll be something that I start later in pots inside. Yes, I had a really good friend send me bunny tail, rabbit's foot grass, and hare's ear. And you know, I've got a soft spot for bunnies. I love rabbits. I miss my bear, my Ellie bear. Tanya asked, how do you transplant your carrots out and when? Well, I wait till they're sprouted, and you don't want to wait till they're very big. Last year I just did kind of like in clumps where I just separated out, I don't know, 10, 12 clumps of this and then put that in a row, and then I thinned them as I wanted. So it's just, for me, doing it that way was like a time constraint kind of thing. Like I was really hustling, trying to get stuff in the ground. All my tomatoes, all my peppers. I was expanding Materville last year. I guess I should be doing some winter sowing. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is Georgia Southern Collards. So this is a cold hardy. So a lot of times your carrots, collards, cauliflower, all that stuff will sprout fairly early because they can take a frost. They can sometimes, some of them can even take a freeze. And so what I need to do, is to separate things out that I know I'm going to want to that I'm going to want to take the jugs and plant them out in my garden somewhere earlier. So like these collard green, that's probably way too many seeds, but whatever. With this pack I need to, I'm going to tape it shut. His packets say that they're resealable. I find that not always, especially if you've got, you know, dirty hands. So I just use a little piece of tape to tape them back up. But wait. So yeah, whenever like carrots and cauliflower just have like the seedlings, you know, or like that big, I'll try to, I think I got one more empty one, and then we can get them sealed up. what are we gonna do? I know I want more Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, so let's just make sure I've got that winter sowed. I didn't make a marker for it. But yeah, what I was saying was I need to get my jugs separated, have all those together, know what I'm gonna be planting out, say like mid-March, end of March, like the cauliflower, the broccoli. I could probably plant all that stuff as soon as the ground is workable, because right now it's rock hard frozen. But then the rest of the stuff I usually plant out middle of May is when I usually get around to it. Middle of May, end of May, like the flowers and stuff. So these, I have gifted so many of these seeds. My Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, I've gifted so many seeds, but this were seeds that I got from one plant. I planted one and it just, oh, it was so beautiful. I cannot believe I pulled it up. I like Rudbeckia a lot. It's another one that is a good one to winter sow. And I'm gonna sow this thick too. All right, let's see here. Kristen said, I'm crazy about snapdragons. They've been my rock star for 2 years now, so I'm growing 3 more varieties. Yeah, anytime I see a variety that I don't have, I buy it. I have to have it, or I trade for it. Like, I want all of the snapdragons. I've got black ones, black snapdragons. I've got, oh, what else do I have? I got a bunch from Baker Creek. Baker Creek has some really cool varieties. Cherry Twist. What are some other ones? I didn't get to save very many seeds from Cherry Twist. Like this year, I planted a couple of different varieties. And because of the heat and the drought, they didn't do all that well. All right, so now I'm gonna cover all of these according to like how big the seeds are. And most of them are very small, so it's not gonna be a lot, just enough to where I can't see the seeds anymore. So a very thin layer to cover them. And then I kind of pat it down. So we're gonna do that with all of them. I think I had more than 10 on here. Ooh. Benjamin came home. Hey.
I'm running a little late. I lost track of time.
He's gotta go work. Ew. He just got back from working out. I love you. Don't come at me. He's all sweaty. Finally able to go back to working out after his surgery, so he's living it up.
That's right.
What'd you row?
Yeah, and run and stuff.
Oh, Michael. Hare's ear. And then rabbit's foot grass. Thank you for being helping me look these up. Because I'm very excited about those. If I can winter sow those, I want to do it. I want to do it right now. I want all the bunny stuff. Let's see. Did I do this one? No. Let's keep the done and not done together here. Harden off. Thank you. Acclimate. Yes. You guys. I knew you knew what I was saying. I worry about myself sometimes. My brain. I know the words, but it's like the synapses just don't connect hardly ever. Okay. Lobna, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Lobna said, it's not French tarragon because the French one doesn't give seeds. They take cuts from it. All seeds they sell of tarragon are Russian tarragon. Okay, good. So I'm assuming my Russian tarragon is cold hardy. Good, good, good. I've been making a list of things that are good to winter sow. Like each year I do things. Because like I know some people say basil does really well for them. That is not the case for me. Every time, every year, I've done it for 3 years now, and last year was the year I'm like, not wasting any more seeds. It just, I guess maybe the fluctuation in my temperatures, I just don't know, but it's never done well for me. And then I did a tray last year where I started a bunch of basils in pots. It was lovely. So I'm just like, yeah, let's just go with what works for me. Oh, these are just scattered in the same spot. Let me spread them out a little bit. Rosemary can be finicky to keep alive unless you have a really big established plant. I finally got a rosemary tree and it's doing well indoors under a grow light. Yes, so I guess I didn't tell you. I forgot I had I snipped a couple of things, and then from my rosemaries from outside and my thyme, was it thyme? Rosemary and, yeah, I think it was thyme. And I've got a bunch of them, like starts down in the basement underneath grow lights that are like ready and waiting. And they're all doing really well. And then I also put some rosemary and thyme in my, right behind you I have like that, I don't know if you've all seen it, it's my mushroom, my little glass mushroom hydroponic thing. I think I covered those okay. And I put some little sprigs of rosemary and thyme in those, and it's doing really well. Like everything's got roots on it. And thank you, Michael, for the tip about the hydrogen peroxide, because once a week I've been watering them or filling the little pots up with water and hydrogen peroxide. And then today I also did like a drop each of A and B, just to maybe give them a little bit of something, something. Did I do this one? I knew this was gonna happen where I'm like, I don't remember what I've done. Okay, if I can't see the seeds. Tanya said, I thought Rudbeckia was a perennial. It is. It is a perennial, but I pulled my plant out of the ground. It started to sprout in the bed a couple years ago. And I thought it was a weed. And I pulled it. And then when it came time to, when I was like looking back at pictures, I remembered that is where I had planted my Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, and that I had pulled it up out of the ground like a silly, silly woman. I could use other words, but I won't. But yeah, I was so bummed when I looked back and saw that, oh my gosh, that's where the Prairie Sun Rudbeckia was. And you, meaning me, ripped that thing out of there like it was an evil, evil. I was like, ah! So, I think it would be a good idea, like, to do a video for just myself of me going around and cataloging everything I plant where I plant it. That video would probably be like 5 hours long, but it would be good so that when it comes time to figure out, is that a weed or is that your beautiful Prairie Sun Rudbeckia, I don't go ripping it out of the ground. Okay. Michael, thank you. Michael said both seem to be okay in mild winters. Oh, okay. All right, well, this winter is feeling like my summer. It is not mild. It's kind of evil. Like, last week was scary cold. Turned my heat lamps on for my chickens, which I rarely turn any kind of heat for them, but that was cold, -4. Ugh. Seraphim said, I use hydrogen peroxide for germination and for cleaning. You can use it for feeding. Oh, that's a question. You can use it for feeding. I'm not actually feeding with the hydrogen peroxide. What it is, it's actually putting like, Michael, let's see, did you answer it? Yes. Okay, you did answer it. Michael put, it's helpful if you have plants in stagnant water without a pump to give oxygen. You only need a little. Yeah, so I only do like a drop to, or it's like a drop for each one of my little mushrooms. I don't use a whole lot. And then I add the drop to the water, mix it in, and then I fill my little mushrooms up. But yeah, I found that it's doing really well. And I wonder if it like keeps like bacteria growth down too. I would think that since it's like used for cleaning, it would do that. Because that's one thing I thought, because my little mushrooms are glass and you can see through them, they're transparent. And I thought, well, it's going to get buildup of like yucky stuff. And then how in the world are you going to get in there to clean that? Because it's only got these little tiny holes. Yeah. So I'm thinking, and I don't see anything like algae or anything growing in them right now, so they're still looking pretty clean. All right, let me check these comments here. Tanya said, I've done that so many times too, glad I'm not alone. Pulled your plant out of the ground? Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you've done that too. It sucks. When you pull it up, I've done it with a couple of things before, thinking they were weeds and trying to get ahead of things like in the spring, and then afterwards thinking this was not a weed. I did that with it was like some sort of medicinal plant last year. It was popping up out of the ground, and I had planted it beside my fence, which I hadn't really planted a whole lot of stuff beside my fence at that point. And I started to yank it, and as I was yanking it, I remembered that I had planted something there. So I just shoved it back down in there and patted the dirt on it. It survived, thankfully, but sometimes. Kina says, my flower beds are all perennials and so stuffed that I don't weed the beds. If a weed survives, well, good job. Yes, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. That's how I'd like my stuff to be. Okay, so I was thinking about this part. This is the part where I would tape them. But I'm wondering if it's gonna be too loud. Okay, so, because the tape is loud. So I thought I'll tape one of them and you let me know if it's totally obnoxious and if I should skip this part. Because I was thinking to myself, nobody's going to want to hear that. I should probably wash my hands, but I'm not going to. And I don't know where my scissors are. Oh, here they are. What is going on with this tape? Okay. Looks like coming apart there. All right, I usually only go around like 1.5 times, but some of these are like dirty and I don't clean them off. So to really make sure that they're in there good, I went around that one a little bit more. All right, let's see. How annoying is that? Oh, good tree. Yeah, these are fantastic. I just ordered myself another box. Hi, Pam. Michael said, fine for me. Can't speak for headphone users, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, no, it's fine. Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep going if y'all don't care. I don't know. I might need to get another tape, though. This one's starting to become obnoxious. So, what is everybody doing today? Sasha said it's fine. Seraphine says it's fine. Fine with headphones. Awesome. Okay. What are you doing? What's that?
That's enough for you.
What does that say? Check your oil.
All you gotta say.
Check your oil.
All you're gonna say. I could have just told you then.
Okay. You didn't put any oil in there? It probably needs oil.
No, I couldn't really tell.
Well, if you can't tell, how am I supposed to tell?
Maybe you can tell better when it's cold. Tell them bye.
Let me too, bye. So my car has, it's, what is it, 2019?
17.
2017. What is it?
Hyundai Elantra.
Hyundai Elantra. And it's got 167,000 miles on it now, and it just guzzles oil. I think at this point I can get to work and back 5 times, and I have to put a quart of oil in it. So I'm just trying my darndest to keep that car going for the rest of this year. I woke up was it Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning? Wednesday morning. Remember I said we had -4 degrees, right? Tuesday morning, I got up to go to work. We didn't have work Monday because it snowed. And I got up to go to work, and I had a flat tire on Wednesday morning. Tuesday, it said low tire pressure, but all of them had like a couple marks down. I don't know how you would say that when the pressure drops. Yeah, the pressure dropped. I don't know. It wasn't bad. So I went to work, came back fine, woke up Wednesday morning, and it was flat. So I had to get new tires. New back tires. Love you too. Be careful. What fun was that? I did make it to work because luckily Ben was home. So I just took his car. Okay. All right. I am a gift bearer, so I need to get some packing tape and try a few of these. I only have about 2 jugs, but it will be interesting to see how it goes. Yes, start with 2 jugs. And then you'll be addicted and you'll do 5 jugs next year, and then the next year it'll be 20, and the next year. So, like I said, I've been saving my jugs. These are my favorite. I've tried other things, winter sowed and other things. Like I have a friend at work, and she saves all of her coffee grounds for me, and then she got her aunts to save their coffee grounds for me, and they'll put them in like pretzel containers, like those big jugs, or ice cream containers. And so last year I saved all those, cleaned them out really well, and saved them and winter sowed in them. I didn't like most of those. For whatever reason, these work the best for me. As do milk jugs, like the, is it transparent? So this is translucent, right? Transparent lets a little bit of light through, right? Is that right? I always get those two confused. But those work really well too. But I like the handle. Like, it's just very simple. I like this handle. I can pick up 4 of these in one hand, so I can have 8. So when I go to have to move them around, I can take a bunch. It's just like the little things like that that make a difference for me. Let's see here. Lauren said she's filling seed wishes and prizes and watching before the Eagles game. A perfect Sunday afternoon. Yay! Playing with seeds. Yes, that's fun. So you're getting yourself all caught up before you leave for Florida. Lucky girl. And let's see here. Sue said making turkey chili and listening. Also, we'll be starting super hot and hot peppers. Oh, nice. I was thinking about starting my super hots and hots, but I haven't even picked them out yet. Gosh, I haven't even finished or finalized my tomato row list yet. Isn't that awful? I haven't picked any peppers out yet. I'm still trying to figure out just how many I want to start, because I know this year I want to plant more of the same variety and like near each other. if I can get myself to do that, because like last year I remember I was just rushing to get everything in the ground before we had like, there was like a period where it was going to be like perfect weather where it rained a little bit each day for like 4 days in a row, and I really wanted to just get everything in the ground so that I didn't then have to water them in. And I didn't even like pay attention, and I mean you saw if you watch any of my videos, like I didn't pick up the pots in Pepperville, and I did a really poor job of labeling stuff. I need to correct that this year. I'm thinking that I'm going to use the tree tags like I did for the tomato last year, because that worked really well. I knew exactly what everything was because the tree tag was attached to the stem. And I feel like that would have been a good idea to do with the peppers too. So I'm already prepared with that too. I've got, I think, 1,000 tree tags is what I got this year. So if I can label at least one of each of my tomato plants and one of each of the like the same variety of pepper plants, at least when I try to go and save seeds for those, I'll know what is what, because the pepper stuff I was just like, I didn't know. Unless it looked like, if it had like a specific look and nothing else that I found had that look and I knew what I sowed, then I was able to figure out a handful of things. Dr. Green Thumb said, add thicker oil. Hello. Thicker oil. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to bring that up to Benjamin when he comes back home. So there's different thicknesses of oil. I need to remember to do that. Check the oil. All right, I've got a few more of these to do. Translucent, transparent. Oh, okay, I'm using transparent ones. Translucent, you can let a little bit of light in. Okay. Hi, Neray. I'm not sure if I said hello to you yet. Tree says, my dad and I are going to a winter sewing workshop at the library Tuesday. Oh, that's very cool. I have a friend I went to high school with, and she does winter sewing, like tutorials. I'm not sure. I don't think it was it the library? I don't know. She's doing one in February that I want to go to. I think it's for sourdough, like making sourdough bread. I think that's what it was. Maybe it's something else. But it's like on a Tuesday after I work. I just don't know. Days when I work, I have nothing left after I get home. But I'd like to go. So I guess I'll just wait and see. Oh, but I have started my own sourdough starter. Be happy to know, Lauren. I just started it yesterday, so I don't even know if I've killed it yet, but it had bubbles. It had bubbles, and it looks like it rose a little bit. But I saw in different posts that you were supposed to discard and feed the second day, and then a couple of them said wait 48 hours. So any suggestions? What kind of flour do you use for yours, Lauren? Because I saw people doing whole wheat. I saw rye. What was another one I saw? And I was just like, well, I only have all purpose, so we're just going to go with that. Okay. My kid just asked what series I'm watching, as he always hears that voice Jen every time I'm on my phone. Oh, Keena, you're so cute. Thank you for all your support, Keena. I love you. That makes me smile. I got such a sweet message from someone this morning. It was so sweet. I was in tears, and it was just so nice. It was happy tears, and I was just smiling. Okay, I hate when I do this, but it's already done. But you see how that's tilted? So I like to try to have them as straight up as possible. The snow and everything and the rain will get down in there, but I really, you know, that's my OCD, I guess. All right, got 2 more, and then what I'll do after this, what I've been doing is I label them, and then I write them down in my notebook too. Kristen said, growing many more dwarves this year because last year they were resilient when it came to Hurricane Helene. Oh, nice. I'm probably wiping dirt all over my face. I look like a little kid, a little dirty kid. I'm going to grow a bunch more dwarves this year. Like I said, I want to grow more of the same variety, like 3 to 4 plants of each variety, but I'm planning on hoping, I started last year over in Materville, putting mushroom compost all along the inside of the fence, or like the outer perimeter, which I am putting up a new fence this year. We're gonna deer-proof Materville and Pepperville. They ain't getting in this year, but I want to, like I said, I was putting mushroom compost all around the perimeter because I do plan on planting a bunch more stuff. Before the deer actually came in, they could munch on any parts of the plants that like went out of the fence, but like if I tie them up on the fence on the inside, like years past, they didn't seem to bother it that much. It's just like whatever kind of creeped out and fell out that side of the fence, the deer would eat that. And I hope they got diarrhea after they did it. But so my goal is I actually think I want to do like a ton of dwarves this year. I want to do like, I don't know, 70 different dwarves. I want to go hard on the dwarves too. Because they were, like, I was messaging someone today. Someone asked a question on my YouTube channel about dwarves. I had that 33 by 4 foot bed, and I had it full of dwarves. And with the heat and the drought, and I didn't water them, like everything else, I didn't water them. None of them, like, died, and they all kept putting on fruit. Now, they didn't thrive. They didn't like get a whole lot bigger, and some of the flowers, you know, fell off, so not the best production. But, you know, some of my indeterminates just up and keeled over. They were like, nope, done. But at the end of the season, when the dwarves weren't dead and the weather got less miserable, they picked back up with production again. So I was very happy with the dwarves. Is that it? That's it. Okay. All right, let's label these. I am a gift bearer said, I like mild to medium hot peppers, but not super hots. I plan to do Lesia and some other similar ones as well as various types of jalapenos, marconi, etc. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I don't like hots or super hots. I do want to try making my own hot sauces. That's a goal for this winter. We shall see. But they're really pretty. Some of them are really pretty and fun, like the plants themselves. Like I got a bunch of ones where the foliage is all black. It's really pretty. So honestly, sometimes I'll grow things just to see if I can. It's not, and like I have friends that like hot peppers, so I like gave a bunch of hot peppers away. Family members came and just took what they wanted. I just like to grow stuff, you know. I like to buy the seeds and I like to grow stuff. So this is purple red straw flower. So I like to label the outside too. because when the stuff sprouts in here, if it's just a bunch of green and like you're not going to see flowers or anything, when it sprouts and the green covers up the tag, then you can't see what it is. But if you label the inside tag and then the outside, you want to label the outside so you can see it as it grows inside. But you also want to label on the inside because unless you label your jug, but I don't label my jug, I actually label the tape. You're going to take the tape off. So I'm going to cut the tape and remove the tape. And then if I don't have a label on the inside, if you're like me and you didn't have a label on the inside, you'd like take the tape off of all of them and then be like, okay, what's what now? Not remembering that that's the only label that you had. That would be something I would do. So I label outside and inside. All right, so I'm going to just set these off to the side here. Put this one over here. Oh yeah, okay. I still need to take this one. This was one I sat over here. All right, let me see here. Anthony Smith says, hi Jen. Hi Anthony, I got a question for you. Do you clean your grow bags or do you just amend and replay without cleaning? I do not clean anything, really. Like you see my jugs are filthy. I don't clean my jugs. Now, I just posted my winter sowing video for this year, and I said, you know, if you've got the time, or if you've had a bad experience, because some people will tell you they've had bad experience where, you know, disease or whatever was in their soil, then yeah, you'd want to like sterilize things, but I haven't been burnt yet, so I keep pressing my luck. But yeah, I don't sterilize my grow bags either, or even clean them. If I feel like plants haven't done really well in them, I will dump the soil and amend and put like fresh stuff in there. But like I grew dwarves in some of my grow bags last year, and then I just brought them inside, and I've got Jennifer, Keena, and Lauren planted in some. I didn't amend the soil or anything. I just planted them up in there. And they seem to be doing really well. I still fertilize when I water once a week. I fertilize. Oh, almost forgot to do it. This is Glaskin Perpetual Rhubarb. Yeah, okay. I feel like this bottom part is not sealed properly. Okay, that's better. Have you sterilized, Anthony? Does anybody else here sterilize their stuff? Lauren says, I got my starter from Baker Creek and just followed their instructions. Okay. Just any bread flour is fine. It has more protein than regular flour. Okay. I'm thinking rye flour, because one person said they really like rye, but Ben doesn't like rye bread though, so I don't know. Okay. Lauren says they don't have the starter instructions online, but if you are starting from scratch, I would think waiting 48 hours until it starts bubbling sounds right. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. See, the thing is, so I started probably around 1 or 2 o'clock yesterday. And 48 hours will be 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'm guessing it'll be okay a little bit over 48 hours because I won't get home from work till 6:30. Georgian Southern Collards. It's just gonna have to wait till then. Lauren says she doesn't clean her bags. Keena says she doesn't use grow bags. She's a neat freak and washes everything. All right. I am a gift bearer says, put some of those wild tomato bushes you don't like as a blockade in front of your good stuff to make a sacrifice plant for deer. Then they'll eat that and leave the good tomatoes alone. You know, that's not a bad idea. I am growing, I think, 3 different wild tomato varieties. At least that's in my mind. That's what I think I'm going to pick, is just 3 wild tomato varieties. But yeah, the coyote one, maybe I should plant coyote all around my garden, because they didn't seem to care for that. Tarragon, okay. She said, I am a gift bearer says, it will be too much trouble for them to wade through them. Yeah. Jerks. Lauren says, my favorite sourdough lady has instructions on starting from scratch. She's a very simple person. I'll PM you the instructions. Awesome. Thank you. Francis Lamont. Oh, hello. I don't think... maybe Ben needs to take up hunting. He actually does want to take up hunting. He just... It's one of those things he always says he wants to do and then never actually does it. This is Snowflake Snapdragon. This is a new Snapdragon for me. Snowflake Snapdragon. Italian oregano. How many of these did I have on the table? I don't even know. Ox heart carrot. Oh no! Oh no. Did I not sow this one, or did I not put... Tell me I just didn't sow anything in this. Oh boy. There's no tag in it. See? This is Merlot lettuce. I will probably, I don't know what I'll do with that jug. I probably didn't sew in it, right? If it doesn't have a tag, I didn't sew in it. So I'm going to sew something else in it. Oh, my prairie sun Rudbeckia. Has anybody, I know I've given a lot of these seeds away. Has anybody planted my prairie sun Rudbeckia? And if you're watching, did it grow well for you? Is this the other one? No, this one is Tom Thumb Mixed Color Straw Flower. Kena says, deer meat is so good, so that would be a win. Yes, I know. If cooked properly, deer meat is delicious. Mad Dog Skull Cap. I've never heard of this stuff before. Skull Cap. That's cool. Excited to see how that grows. All right, one more to label, and then I'm going to bring some more over, and we're going to sow some more. More Tom Thumb Mixed Color Straw Flowers. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab some more jugs. I'll be right back. the ones I'm putting on the table. Are what I have left that I can use. I do have 20 more, or 20 or 25 more in the garage that I'm going to use for later winter sowing. Like I said, mid-March, end of March, I might do some different flowers that hopefully will do better sowed a little bit later. All right, what is up next? So these are going to be later ones. Wait, yeah. Put those in that box. I did Prairie Sun Rudbeckia. All right. I got a new hollyhock yesterday. This one is Indian Spring Mixed Hollyhock. So pretty. Do you see some of those? Oh, so it's another flower that I absolutely love. I grew black hollyhocks, which I should sow some of those seeds. No, I did. I already did some. I forgot to write down my stuff in my list. I'll do that later before I take them outside. I fell in love with hollyhocks a few years ago. They can get to be so tall, so gorgeous. And I grew black ones last year in front of my chicken coop. This is probably way too many, but yeah. I love hollyhocks. I love hollyhocks. I don't think they do as well winter sowing as snapdragons. Snapdragons just stand out in my mind as being like excellent. Mike says we can rewind the video. Rewind. Oh, yeah, to see. I feel like I didn't sow anything that I didn't put a tag in. I feel like I've been pretty good about paying attention to what's going on right here. I feel like it just probably doesn't have anything in it. Except for this right here that I just did. I did not put a tag in with my hollyhocks. Right there. It's a good thing I made tags while I was waiting to go live. Because I got here like 15 minutes early to try to set up. And then I was sitting here like, now what do I do once I got it set up? So then I started making the tags. It's probably a very good thing. Oh, I wanted to do these. A really close friend of mine sent me these Carolina lupine yellow, and she also showed me pictures of hers, and they were incredible. So these are from 2022. I'm going to just use all of these. She actually sent me, I think, another baggie of seeds from last year or the year after. She sent me fresher seeds, so I have more of these, but I'm gonna just use these all up, hoping that I get something. Lupine, I feel like do really well with winter sowing as well. Just dump them all in there. That's already got the tag. Yes. All right. Seraphine says you can see how many jugs versus envelopes. Yes, I could do that too, because, yeah. I keep trying to set stuff in different places. That goes over there. Okay, that's another good idea. All right, Michael, I got another one for you. Passion flower. Can I winter sow passion flower? Look at that. Is that not, oh, what's this say on the back? Says, only for the intrepid and patient gardener, this flower is a treat, but one that can be tricky. Uh-oh. Germination varies from 14 to 14 to 365 days, depending on conditions. Oh. The 2 to 4 inch exotic blooms of the blue passion flower feature a circle of white petals overlaid in the center with pointed filaments of blue, white, and purple. This extremely fast-growing vine, I guess if you can get it to germinate, can be trained to grow over a fence or up a walk. Container growing with a trellis is recommended. The flowers are followed by egg-shaped orange-yellow fruits that are edible. What? Make into jelly or use as a food source for some species of butterflies. Oh, cool. Well, oh, they need a 90-day cold stratification. Let me see here. How cold? Because it's the end of January for me. February, March. Maybe I should just stick them in the fridge and give like a whole 90 days of, yeah. I think I'm not going to chance it if they're that finicky. If I get like an 80-degree day in February, which it's happened before. Yeah. Okay. We're going to stick those in and mark what 90 days will be. And that's when I will try to sow that. Has anybody else sown or tried growing passion flower? Were you successful? Because my gosh, I probably should have read the back of that. It wouldn't have stopped me. I'd have still bought them. Who am I kidding? Amy D said, I got rudbeckia and black hollyhocks from you, and they are cute little starts outside. Yay! Okay, cool. I am a gift bearer says, I love straw flowers. Last spring and summer, I planted some copper ones. Very pretty, deep rust orange. Oh, I love them too. Tree said, do you ever winter sow in clear Rubbermaid containers? Like the big, like storage ones? I have not. I've seen people that have, but I've never done it. Nicole Smith. Oh, hey, Nicole. You got your wine? She said, I started seeds for Prairie Sun Rudbeckia yesterday from seeds you gave me, Jen. Oh, I hope they germinate, and I hope you get lots of pretty Prairie Sun Rudbeckia. It's amazing. I do a photo shoot every year of me in my garden, like when it's at its peak. Last year that peak came early, so I should have known when that happened that something was up with the weather. But like usually it's like beginning of July, mid-July when I do my photo shoot. Last year it was like the beginning of June. I was just like, oh, my garden looks great. I better do a photo shoot. But the year before that, in like mid-July, I have a picture of me standing beside my Prairie Sun Rudbeckia. It is just magical. It is, I just want my Prairie Sun Rudbeckia everywhere. Everywhere. Brandy Murphy said, I don't think it has much of importance of how you cook it as of how you process it. I hunt and found processing it myself has helped. Some processors only care about quantity rather than quality. You're talking about deer, right? Hi, Deanna. Francis the Mott says, Jen, do you plant any dahlias? I'm jumping off into seed starting them this year. Any helpful tips appreciated from any of you? I have grown some dahlias from seed. Cactus dahlias, I winter sowed them and they did just fine. What else? I think I do have a dahlia in here. In my box. I have these right here from Florette. Ooh, I don't know if I want to chance these. If they don't germinate, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a few. So these, yeah, I winter sowed the cactus ones. Now I have bought tubers too. You can go to like Walmart and buy like the actual tuber clumps. I've done those before. But in my zone, you have to dig up dahlias if you want, dig up the tubers every, I guess it's fall. Like right before Thanksgiving or during Thanksgiving week is usually when I go out, because you want them to be killed off by a couple of freezes, and then you go and dig them up. You do that because if they're left in the ground all winter, they can rot. So I dig them up, and I've got mine stored up in my bedroom. Most of them survived the heat and drought this year. I was surprised. They did look some of them looked a little rough, like the tubers were all wrinkly and kind of desiccated, I guess you could say. So I'm thinking they're probably not going to bounce back, but I'm just going to cut those parts off. But yeah, like you can start dahlias from seed, and then they'll grow tubers, and then depending on what zone you're in, you might want to look and see, are you going to need to dig them up and store them. So I've got mine stored up in my bedroom. Cold, dark place. My bedroom's usually cold and dark, so that's where I keep mine. But yeah, I have winter sowed. I'm undecided. if I should winter sow these from Florette. I wonder if I got something else in here that I could, like I found that winter sowing sunflowers last year, they did really well for me because I'm going to do those sunflowers in the March though, my March jugs, because when I try to sow seeds in ground of sunflowers, the squirrels and the chipmunks just dig them right up and eat them, the little jerks. But I found that they got to be, I don't know. I found that they got to be a really decent size inside the jugs. And when I went and planted them outside or in the ground where I wanted my sunflowers to be, they did well. And the chipmunks or whatever, like sometimes when they're little seedlings, they'll germinate in the ground, pop up if they aren't eaten before they germinate, but then for whatever reason something comes along, a bird or a squirrel, and decapitates the top of the sunflower right off. Like, why? But the ones that were started in jugs that got pretty tall, it didn't do that. I didn't have that problem last year. So I'm going to do all my sunflowers in jugs in mid-March. But that's not what you asked me. You asked me about dahlias. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can winter sow them. So if you wanted to winter sow, I don't really have many more tips than that, other than, like I said, I would plant them and like try to separate them as best I could, plant them, and then make sure you dig those up. Oh, let me see here. Okay. Passion flower can be invasive down here. Oh, Deanna. Brandy said they're native to South Carolina. You'll be fine. Mike said never grown it, but eaten lots of passion fruit. Deanna said my poor passion flower has been in a tiny container for a year. I've been a bad plant mama. Oh, hey. There's certain things that get babied and the other stuff falls to the wayside. Nicole has her wine. Yay! You always have your wine. Oh, Lauren left. Well, bye, Lauren. You're probably already gone. I am a gift bearer. Says I want to try some sunflowers this year. There are some really cool varieties. Yeah. What did I get? I got a few last night, and then I have a bunch. Magic Roundabout. And then there was like a teddy bear one. I think I want to winter sow. I have a couple of, Ruby Eclipse is another one. Ruby Eclipse is another sunflower I got. I wanted to try to sow some echinacea. I mean, I've heard it does well with winter sowing, but I haven't found that to be the case for me. I've tried Allen's Pride, and then I tried, what was the other? Green Twister, I believe. I haven't had success with it, so I think I'm just gonna like not winter sow them. Yeah. All right, I haven't done anything in this one yet, have I? All right. What do I want to do now? I'm pretty sure, Michael, are you still there? Will you look up Gaillardia? I think this is winter sowable. I'm pretty sure Gaillardia. Look at the seeds. Aren't they neat? They have like little fluffy furry parts to them. Yeah. I think I can winter sow that, but let's just move on and see if Michael can help us out. All right. Tanya said, I started Florette Dahlia from seed and got 3 of the most beautiful flowers. Oh. Did you do it winter sowing, or did you just do it like normal starting seeds in a pot? Francis said, very good info. Thanks, Jen. You're welcome. I hope what I said was helpful. I am a gift bearer said, that's terrible that they eat the tops off. I think I will let mine get about 8 inches tall before putting them in the ground. Yes. I don't know. I haven't actually seen what does it. But I have a bunch of chipmunks. I have a bunch of squirrels. And then someone said birds will sometimes do that. Sometimes, and I think it might be birds that do this, the small seedlings, they won't decapitate them, but they'll actually just pull the thing up out of the ground before it's established. And I will come out time and time again with just seedlings laying on top of the soil. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? Like, so, yeah, I find that wait until they're bigger, then they just, maybe they're intimidated by the tallness of the sunflower at that point. They leave it be. I'm a gift bearer said, Velvet Queen sunflower is gorgeous. Yeah, I love sunflowers. I have yet, I think I might try to winter sow some of the seeds I saved from a variety last year. I don't think I've ever done that. 30-day cold strat for Gaillardia. Okay, we're good. We're good with the Gaillardia then. They'll definitely be in the cold for 30 days. Darla, I successfully winter sowed green twister echinacea. It's gorgeous. I've also done Gaillardia. They work just fine. Okay. I might change my mind. Oh, I don't want to do all of the seeds. I'm going to put a few back in here just in case. I feel like I could separate these pretty well. They're substantial seeds. Yeah. Let me just press that one there, put that one there. Okay, those are all filled. This one, okay. What else do I have here? I have a pile of stuff. Maybe you can help me pick something. I've got like 5 different kinds of calendula, so I think I'm gonna crown lily, light red. That's a broccoli, celery, Siberian purple iris. What do you think about that? Here's another lily. This is giant Himalayan lily. I might do that one. Ooh, Happy Lights hollyhock. I don't know. I know I tried last year. I don't remember if I got any from Happy Lights hollyhock. Oh, yeah, there's a good amount of seeds in here. I am going to do these. I'm just going to use the rest of them. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Make a tag before I forget. Where's my pen? Oh, brother. Ah, there it is. All right, Happy Lights. Oh, I'm dropping seeds. Okay. All right. Got that done. Yeah, I might change my mind about the green twister. I thought I had one that germinated last year. I don't know. I must have had a seed or something, like a squash seed. Because I went back and I looked at the video, and you can tell it's like it looks like a squash. I don't know what green twister looks like when it germinates, but what germinated for me looked like a squash plant, and I should have known, but once it got going, I could totally tell it was a squash plant. It was not green twister. I was so disappointed because I thought, yes, I'm finally going to get a green twister. No, I did not. All right. Don't forget to label your Gaillardia, Jen. I did. I already had one. I had one made for the Gaillardia. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate that. Karen says, I use cayenne pepper and row cover on tender young sunflowers to keep them from getting decapitated, torn up, and eaten. I have used cinnamon. Someone told me cinnamon. I've done that. I've also used cotton balls with like mint on them. But yeah, like the hot pepper, like birds. Is it birds? No, squirrels and chipmunks. They don't like the heat. But birds, they can't taste. They can't taste the hot pepper, like cayenne pepper. That's why you can put that stuff in bird seed to keep the squirrels and the chipmunks from your bird seed. So I'm not sure if that would keep the birds from, I don't know. I honestly don't know what's doing it, so I can't really say, but that's a good tip. Thank you. Tanya said, have you grown cream de quesos hollyhock? Yes, and I've saved my own seeds. So I actually winter sowed my saved seeds this year so I could get some more. I grew those, was it 2 years ago? And they came back again this year. So I got 2 years. I'm waiting to see if they come back again. Yes, I got my seeds from Baker Creek too. You said I'm growing my own seed this year. Yeah, guess we're doing the same exact thing. Mike, do you have a favorite edible medicinal flower? I am just getting into that kind of stuff, so not really. What flower? I like to eat rose petals. I think they're delicious. We went to Vegas for Jade's 21st birthday, and there's a place that you can go to that it has like a secret menu, but you can see it online. So we went into this place and asked for one of the secret menu drinks, and it was like a bathtub. Had this cute little bathtub with rubber duckies in it. I forget, it was like champagne. I can't remember what the drink was, but it was delicious. But then it had rose petals all over like the drink and all around the bathtub on the floor, like a sexy romantic night drink. I don't know. But I ate all. Ben was like, you don't eat those. I'm like, yeah, I do. I eat rose petals. They're delicious. And so he had one and he was just like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, you can eat flowers. I think a lot of people don't know that there's edible flowers. But as far as like medicinal, I'm still dabbling with that. I have a whole book I want to read. I have so many things I want to do. And I just don't have the time to do all those things. But I like rose petals, I can tell you that much. Deanna said, I had a green twister germinate, but it never got more than a couple inches tall. Oh. Wonder what happened. Kim, bye. You probably already left, but. Okay. What next? Okay, I'm going to do the Siberian purple iris. Okay, I need to make a label for this. Oh, I did want to do this one. I have this one already done. Dazzling blue kale. Let's do the ones I've already made tags for. Okay, dazzling blue kale. We'll do this one. Yeah, there's a few things I've made. Oh, giant. I did have some leeks here. I want to do some scallions. So these are things that I got from the MMM swap. And I believe he told me he wasn't sure. Okay, well, this one tells you. It says 23. So these were seeds that were saved in 23. I like that they put the little number on there. Like this one here, it has 21. So these were seeds that were saved in 21. So I need to use those up. That's bok choy. So dazzling blue kale, let's get that in there. I find kale does really well with winter sowing too. I don't think I've planted kale any other way, actually. I think I've always done winter sowing with it. All right, let's see. We're gonna do the April white bok choy. So that's the one that has seeds for 2021. Darla said, dazzling blue kale is so good. Oh, good. Well, I hope I get some then. I used to plant, well, last year and the years prior, I used to plant a bunch of different kales, a bunch of just different things, like more than we could ever eat, because my bunny rabbit loved them. But she passed away last June, sadly. But I'm gonna grow a bunch of stuff just in her honor and hope that we use it all, or I can give it away, or whatever. I miss my bear. Oh, here's another one. Delphinium. I haven't had too much success with delphinium, so I'm hoping this is my year. I got these seeds last night, so Magic Fountains Delphinium. Ooh, Nicole says, I dry rose petals for my son's tea. Nice. Yeah, I have a... Should I just plant them all? No, I'm going to save a couple. I'll save a couple. I should get something. I hope this is okay. It says, yeah, I'll probably try sewing these indoors too. It says, for early blooms, start indoors, or in mild climates, sow outdoors. I don't have a mild climate, but I'm pretty sure delphinium is something you can winter sow. All right, what's up next? Oh, I got this last. I said I wasn't going to do any more calendula, didn't I? Is that what I said I wasn't going to do? I'm going to. This one I got last night. It is called Oktoberfest. I don't think I've ever grown that calendula. There must be 5 or 6 calendulas in my winter sowing jugs at this point. Rose petal jam. Kristen Butler, Washington versus Eagles coming on soon. Got my ghost pepper habanero strawberry barbecue smokies going in the slow cooker. Great live, Jen. Oh, thank you. I hope whoever you're rooting for wins. Okay. So these are, I always think calendula seeds look like little worms. Little, dried worms. But yeah, they're easy to place. So I usually place them, try to separate them in the jug. I saved a bunch of calendula seeds from the different ones I grew this year. Okay. So I was thinking to myself, did I already tell you all this about the live? Yeah, that my intention this year was to do at least one live a month by myself. And I was thinking about, I don't know if I told you this, or I was vlogging earlier today. Maybe I said that on a vlog. But yeah, one of my intentions for 2025 was that I wanted to do at least one live by myself. So I usually do one live a month with Lauren, the Tomato Talk live. But, all right, next thing I'm going to sew is Parade Salad Scallions. So I've got the tag made. I'm going to stick it in the corner. But I was thinking about, so that's what I got. Oop, these I got in a trade or as a gift. I can't quite remember. I was thinking next month maybe I could do me seeding some of my micro dwarf tomatoes and do a live while I sit here and seed tomatoes. So I was trying to think ahead. That way I can prepare myself. All right. Put that over there. What else did I already make a tag for? Okay, yeah, this one. Ooh, this is called Straw Foxglove Flower. I did not look this up, I'll admit it. So I'm not really sure what it is. I got it from a friend. So I don't know if it's foxglove, straw foxglove. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But it says it's a perennial. So we are going to winter sow that. I already had the tag made for this one. Makes it easy. I'm going to use half of the seeds. Yes, you can winter sow delphinium. They're a cool flower. Brandy Murphy, you're smoking a Boston butt. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Kristen said she's rooting for Washington. Okay, yay, go Washington. Have a great day. Bye, Kristen, if you're leaving. Nicole says calendula seeds look like dirty toenail clippings. Nicole, I swear. You can always make me giggle. If I'm ever like in a sad mood or just not feeling, the day, I'll just turn on one of your videos because I know you can make me smile, make me giggle a little with what you say. That'd be some gross looking toenails, but I get what you're saying. Like old man toenail looking clippings. Ugh. Next thing I'm going to winter sow is giant mussel burr leeks. This looks like it could be 20, saved in 2020. So those definitely, I think, need used up. So we're going to go ahead and use those. We'll see when I do my reveal, because I always do a video where I do a reveal, where I open up all the jugs and let you guys see inside. And it's good for me too, because then I have record of what did well, what didn't. So it'll be interesting to see how much of the MMM swap was still viable. What we got here? I think I only got 2 more, and then the one I taped up. So I'm just gonna untape that one and put something else in it. What about African Daisy, blue disc? Has anybody ever winter sown this? I'm pretty sure that it's an annual. So, I'm not sure if I can winter sow this one. Let's set that aside. Oh, I definitely want to winter sow this. Borage. All right, let's make some more tags. I think I used up all the... I wanted to do the Siberian Purple Iris, the borage, and then I have one more, right? Yeah, one more. What else? What else can we do? I have a celosia, red stem celosia. Can celosia? I did not look that up. Oh, here's ginseng. Look at those ginseng seeds. Can I winter sow ginseng? I'll let you guys pick the last one here. Help me out. I have white Russian kale. I have more lupines. This is dwarf mix garden lupine. Black root salsify. I don't know if I want to winter sow that, because I feel like I did last year and it didn't do all that well. What do you guys think? What should I do? All right, so we'll do just borage. And then, did I run out of tags? Come on. Oh, no, I got more. Oh, what is this over here? Something I sewed and then stuck the tag over there. All right, I got 2 more. So we've got... All right, so this has strawberry mint on it. I'm going to cross that off. And then Siberian Iris. And then what'd y'all pick? Nobody put anything. All right. Tanya said she's had 0 luck with foxglove. I don't know that I've had much luck with it either. Deanna said never heard of that flower. Which one? The blue disc, African daisy blue disc? Okay. It's a is it straw foxglove with pale yellow flowers, Deanna said. Okay, cool. Tanya said, yes, that is considered one of the cool flowers too. What you said before borage. Siberian Iris, is that what I said? Or the blue disc? I can't even remember what I said 5 seconds ago. I thought ginseng was a tree. African daisy, yes. Celosia, no. Okay, so African daisy will be the last thing that I winter sow. Oh, what is this? I didn't even take this up. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Oh, that's what I'm doing now. The daisy, the daisy. Okay, everybody's saying the daisy. Let's do the daisy. African daisy, blue disc. I feel like I winter sowed it last year and it didn't do all that well, but yeah, because I've opened the pack. So I'm gonna sow it heavily because it seems like Google says ginseng, Kina says, Google said ginseng should be sown in early fall, early winter. Oh, okay. Missed that boat because it's late winter, right? This has got a lot of seeds, so I'm going to sow it clear exactly. Yeah. So that's what the African blue disc seeds look like. sprinkle them around. They're pretty big, so I can make sure I get them separated pretty good. And I've still got, I'm only using like 1/3 of what's in this packet. Oh, drop one, don't do that. All right, 2 more. The Siberian Purple Iris. It's a perennial. This says annual. So yeah, it says annual right there. I don't know if my finger's in the right spot. Yeah, annual. So, but you know, annual, perennial, that kind of goes with your zone too. Like there's perennials, like pepper plants can be perennials for down south. They're definitely not here. All right, so I want to give these a good fight. Ooh, these are really pretty. That's the iris seeds. They're like kind of like burgundy colored or brown chocolate. Spread those around kind of evenly. Okay, one last thing. We're gonna open up the jug. It doesn't have a tag. Deanna said it's not a tree. I got it mixed up with something else. Tanya said, oh, maybe mine self-sowed. I'm in Detroit, so my weather is similar to yours. Okay. I love when things start self-sowing themselves. Like when, but I got to be careful that I don't pull them up thinking they're a weed. And, you know, each year, this is one thing I like about gardening. Each year, the more I plant, the more I'm seeing things grow, how they mature, the better I am at being able to know, oh, that's basil. That's a basil starter. Oh, that's a tomato, you know, plant. Like, I'm just going to winter sow all this borage. I really want some borage. And this is one of the things, those are pretty substantial seeds, so I can spread those out, but what was I saying? I feel like I was talking about something and I completely lost track of what my brain was doing. Okay, now we got to cover everything. Everything's labeled. Okay. Ginkgo tree. Okay, yeah, not ginkgo. What was it that we were? Ginseng. Oh, I didn't cover up these. So after this like cold front that we had go through, my gosh, I am so ready for spring. I like don't want to, like Ben and I went out yesterday because I don't think I have been out of the house, at least not other than to go to work, since I think New Year's Eve. I'm pretty sure I haven't really done anything. It's just been too cold and I don't like, So yeah, I'm kind of getting that cabin fever. I need winter to be over so I can get out and get my hands in the soil. Some of these I feel like I put way too much starting mix in it, but that's okay. I'll be okay. It'll be okay. I guess I'm not even showing you what I'm doing here. Tanya said, yes, me too. This is only my 6-year gardening from seed. Helps me beat my winter blues. Yes, exactly. I need this. because I used to suffer really badly with that, like not really badly, I shouldn't say that, but like seasonal depression. Like winter just, I need that vitamin D from the sun. I need it. And when I don't have it, I just feel down in the dumps. But me doing like YouTube now and learning how to grow things in my basement has been so helpful. One, it keeps me busy. And two, it keeps my hands dirty, which I like. Even when the ground is frozen solid, I can still be able to smell the dirt. And my basement smells like tomato plants. It's lovely. All right, got that side all done. Now we'll do this side. Brandy said it's going to be my 3rd year gardening from seed. Very cool. Isn't it nice? I love that I learned the skill of like gardening from seed and how to winter sow. All these new things that I'm learning. It's just, it's fun to have these skills. It's good to have new skills too. Like canning, like I'm glad I have that skill. Oh, I did this one too. I'm glad I know how to water bath can. I'm glad I know how to pressure can. These are all skills. And I grew up with my mom that adopted me. She canned. I just never paid attention. You know, when you're a kid, you just don't know what will eventually become important to you. But yeah, just having all these things that I could do. I crochet, I cross stitch. I'm wanting to crochet some Valentine's earrings and then also crochet some like 4-leaf clovers or 3-leaf clovers for St. Patrick's Day. I looked up some tutorials, so I think I can do it. Oh, I think I'm gonna have, well, I might need one more tiny handful to cover this one. All right, guys. I've been at this for 2 hours. I think we're coming to an end. Let me look at the rest of the comments here. Francis Lamont said, after our 9 inches of snow earlier this week, I haven't left the patio today. Laying my seeds out to sow tonight. Yay. Deanna said, I don't want to see 8 inches of snow ever again. That's how much you got? 8 inches? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's nuts. Tanya, I feel like between year 3 and 4 is when I started to understand so much more from making my mistakes. I so love indoor growing and winter sowing. Yes, that's what I need. Hands in the dirt. Same. Francis Lamont said, me either, Deanna. I'm enjoying the 60s again today. Teens are not for me. Tanya said, Deanna, I know you don't. Tanya says, I need to learn canning. Yeah, it's once, and don't let pressure canning intimidate you. I know that there's stuff online that can, I actually prefer pressure canning than I do water bath canning. It is a bit of a more tedious job. It takes time, but just know going into it when you pressure can meat and stuff that each time you can one of those, it's gonna be 3 hours. Like, because from start to finish, all the steps you have to do. But you know, I've got it down to a science now. Like with everything, when you start doing something and you're new to it, you may make some mistakes. I mean, but you get into a rhythm, you know what I mean? But I love canning meat. Like I just posted a little clip on one of my vlogs of all the chicken and the ground beef I canned. It just makes things so much easier. So yeah, I really, yeah, definitely learn how to can. It's great. Tanya asked, what sign am I? I'm Libra. I was born on October 13th, 1983. Deanna said, same here, Francis. We're not used to that down here by any means. Yeah, I'm sure. I can't believe where it snowed in some places. It's crazy. Weird weather for sure. I hope that this summer things go back to normal, because last summer was just, that was a real kick in the pants. I tell you what. Brandy Murphy, canning is a phenomenal skill to learn. It'll be my 3rd year canning also. Yes, yeah, I really enjoy it. And I like learning of new things to can. I canned, on Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, Lauren has a recipe for her tomato crack, which it's just like roasted tomatoes and herbs and onions and things like that, roasted down like a lot to make this incredible like paste like stuff. And then I canned some of that. Every time I make a jar, or every time I make spaghetti and I put in like a jar of my homemade spaghetti sauce, I will add a can of that tomato crack, and oh my, it kicks it up like 20 notches. It's so, so good. But yeah, I think I'm going to spare you all the taping of the jugs, and I'm going to say good day to the rest of you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. I really enjoyed chatting with you all. Yeah, so I guess I will catch you next month, when maybe I'll do like seeding tomatoes. I'm gonna have to do a live next month. I don't know when it'll be. I will try to announce it earlier than I did this time, but who knows with me. But thank you all for joining me. I love you, and bye-bye.